Good morning. What is more appealing than a chocolate bar? Chocolate in the shape of a salami. Okay, maybe you didn't think that, but that's what we're gonna make today. A chocolate salami is a Italian classic. It's also popular in Portugal, but essentially it's a chocolate. Well, it's in the shape of salami, and you can put nuts. You can coat it with powdered sugar. You can put, well, very commonly people put crunch up biscotti, so Italian cookies, and just put them in there, and it's amazing. Kids love it, parents love it. It's just an awesome dish, and it should only take us about 30 minutes to do. So let's get started. Right now I'm using a trick with a pot of boiling water so that I can melt the chocolate with the butter without burning it. So usually what you'd use is a double broiler, which essentially uses steam to heat instead of fire because it's less intense and it's more even. So with an even heat, you heat it, there won't be hot spots where you could potentially burn. You'll still have to stir the chocolate for it to not, so that it doesn't burn, but it's going to be a lot better. It's going to be a lot easier to keep it from charring. This is the first stage to put the butter in, and so I'll put a stick of butter there, just regular butter, 3/4 of a stick, and then I'm going to use 12 ounces of Gio di Belli semi-sweet chocolate, which is a little bit more potent than your regular chocolate chips you're going to put in your pancakes. That's a good footage. That'll do. As the chocolate's melting, let's talk about the rest of the process of making these salami al chocolato. We have Italian biscotti, which are, here I'll show you. These are well, actually in Italian biscotti means cookie, so it's just an Italian cookies, put simply. That's what I got it from. I just got these from Walmart. They actually taste really good. On the underside, these ones have a little bit of vanilla cream. I think it's vanilla frosting hardened. And it is, because you know I've already tried one. So when you crunch these up, we're going to add some, this is called pero. This is actually the Spanish version of orzo. Orzo is like coffee, but it's barley. So it's kind of the same type of drink, but I just don't drink coffee, so we're going to use pero. We've cut up our cookies, and this butcher knife worked wonders, and just goes to say that you can use your knives however they work for you best, and this worked really well. See how it's kind of nicely chopped up? You have a lot of little pieces, some bigger pieces. That's probably too big. Let's chop that up again, because you're going to want to put this, to be able to put this inside of the chocolate salami, so you don't want the pieces to be grandi grossi. At this point, we've melted the chocolate with the orzo or the pero, depending on where you're from. Put the cookies in, the butter's in, And at this point, we just need to put in a bowl, refrigerate it, and that's because it's like a it's not very thick right now, and we need it to be at least thick enough to hold its form, and then we'll be able to wrap it into little salami slices, hence the name. Salami al chocolato. At this point, all we need to do is put it in the fridge or freezer. I'll probably put it in the freezer for, I don't know, maybe long enough until it's handleable. Is that a word? I don't think that's a word. We're gonna say it's a word, handleable. Until this is handleable, and then we're gonna take it out and we're gonna put it into rolls. And so the hard part's done. It's actually a really simple recipe. However, there are so many variations of it. Some people use eggs, some people use pero, or I mean, some people use coffee, not pero usually. That's my variation. And people use lemon zest. They'll mix it together in different orders. Honestly, it's up to you to decide how exactly you want it. And that's going to make the process a lot more fun. And you'll be able to create a whole new salami al chocolato. It'll be all yours. It'll be the Josh salami al chocolato forever. You know, maybe no one will ever copy it, but you know, that's pretty cool. My grandkids will know that. Okay, that was dumb. Never mind. And here it goes. We're actually going to use aluminum foil. And the reason for that is, when I was at the store about an hour ago, I never thought, hey, I should get some wax paper. You know, that'd be good. That way I could put down the chocolate, and then I wouldn't stick to the sides and create a massive mess. But I didn't. So, we just used aluminum foil, and that's how it's just going to have to work. This is probably not going to look like your typical salami unless you consider the one picked up in Tennessee by the person who ran it over. But it's mine, and it's going to be fantastic. The ingredients are fantastic. There's probably too much pero in it, too much orchard, or whatever you want to call it. So it was really running, even though I put it in the freezer for about, what, 45 minutes? Almost an hour, actually. And it just never got to that point where it was handleable. And, yes, handleable. We're going to use that word. I like that word. It's very useful. So, I made a boo-boo. While I was making the salami al chocolato, I thought, wow, this is a really simple recipe. There's only, let's see here, pero, chocolate, there's butter, of course, and, that's it. Except that's not, and cookies. I forgot cookies. Except that's not it. I forgot sugar. I made a dessert and I forgot sugar. Do you know? Okay, I put sugar on afterwards because I thought that would help a little bit. But I don't think it's gonna help that much. Although the sugar is pretty good. Well, so at this point we can put on powdered sugar, and that is going to be about the extent of what we can do here. Put some powdered sugar on. Take a bite. It's quite good powdered sugar. Must be the very sweet kind. And let's see if it's good still. It should be. I mean, at least, even if I forgot the sugar, it's just gonna be very different. It's gonna be very original. Someone else. Oh, that is good. That's very good. That is very good. You definitely could use some sugar. I should have added sugar, but next time I will. And so that's a wrap. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next week. Ciao.
Grandma mailed us 2 boxes. They should. People are like.
And here it goes.